Hi, and thanks for coming to watch this video from Carolina Varsity. We're going over the NCHSAA playoffs and for the 2016 season, and now we're taking a look at the 2AA playoffs.
Okay, first off, in the 2AA East, we have, out of one side of the bracket, we have East Duplin with a 10-1 record, number 1 seed, hosting number 8 seed Graham with a 5-5 record out of the Mid-East. And I have East Duplin winning by 40+ points.
Okay, the report does not disagree with you at all. 48-0 is what it's predicting.
Okay, and next we have a number 4 seed, East Davidson with an 8-3 record, hosting out of the Mid-East, hosting Roanoke Rapids with a 10-1 record, the number 5 seed out of the East. And this is a 4-5 matchup, and I see this one going to the number 5 seed, Roanoke Rapids, by 14+.
Right. The report's not thinking this is going to be your typical 4-5 matchup. It's predicting Roanoke Rapids as well, 32-13. So not quite a blowout, but real close.
Next, we have number 3 seeded Hertford County out of the East with a 7-4 record, hosting Franklinton, the number 6 seed out of the Mid-East, with a 6-5 record. And I have Hertford County winning by 17+.
Okay. Report pretty much agrees with you. Hertford County over Franklinton, 35-14. Hertford County, just something to think about. You know, that's a school that's put some pretty strong teams into the playoffs in the past.
And then we have number 2 seeded High Point Andrews with a 7-4 record out of the Mid-East, hosting number 7 seeded North Brunswick with a 7-4 record out of the East. And this is not a typical 2-7 match either.
Right.
I think it's going to be close. I see High Point Andrews winning but it'll be by 2 touchdowns, around 2 touchdowns.
Of course, these are 2, 7, and 4 teams. The 2-7 seeding is partly because of that the way they're doing these pods. The report thinks it's going to be a real close ball game. It's predicting Andrews to win 20-15, so less than 1 touchdown.
And we have out of the other side of that bracket, we have number 1 Clinton with a perfect 11-0 record out of the Mid-East. They'll be hosting number 8 seeded North Lenore with a 6-5 record out of the eastern side. And I see Clinton as 40+ point winners.
Okay. Report is predicting 52-3.
And then we have number 4 seed Southwest Edgecombe with a 5-6 record, hosting number 5 seeded South Granville with a 7-4 record out of the Mid-East. And I see Southwest Edgecombe winning this game, but I don't think it'll be a huge margin. I think it'll be a competitive ball game, but I still think that they'll win by 17 or more points.
Okay. The report thinks that the ball game is going to be a close ball game. It is predicting South Granville to win 28-13.
Okay, wow. All right, and then we have number 3 Randleman with an 8-3 record. Who did I say winning that last game?
South Granville.
Okay.
Didn't you pick them?
That's what I thought, but I've got my numbers on the wrong side here. Okay, and then we have number 3 seeded Randleman with an 8-3 record out of the Mid-East, hosting number 6 seeded Northside Jacksonville also with an 8-3 record out of the East. This is a close one, but I see the lower seed advancing in this game as well. Northside Jacksonville, I think it'll be close, 14 points. Plus or minus a little bit, but somewhere in that point range.
Report again agrees with you. It's going to be a close ball game inside of 2 scores, with Northside winning 26-14 is what it thinks. So.
Then I got the last team in that side in the East and in this side of the bracket is number 2 seeded Bunn with a 10-1 record out of the East, hosting number 7 St. Paul's with a 6-5 record out of the Mid-East. I see Bunn winning comfortable by 35+.
Right, yeah, and report pretty much dead on with you, predicting a Bunn win of 45-17. All right. We want to go up to the west side now.
2AA West. Number 1 seeded Shelley out of the West with an 11-0 record, hosting numbers 8 seeded North Surrey with a 5-6 record out of the Midwest. I see Shelby cruising in the first round by 40 points or more.
Yeah, who's going to stop Shelby is going to be the question. Reports predicting a 44-3 win. So on to the second round.
Number 4, Stuart Kramer. This is one of those good 4 or 5 matches.
Right.
Number 4, Stuart Kramer with a 7-4 record out of the Midwest, hosting number 5 Franklin with a 6-5 record out of the West.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Franklin advancing by a touchdown, give or take a little bit.
Right. So again, as we were talking earlier about mountain teams, 2A mountain teams coming out of the West, which are 2A mountain teams. Franklin's a team traditionally has been very, very strong, and they are one of the teams that can come down and play.
They're also a tough team to have in the first round.
Exactly, a tough team. They're not quite having the season, but the report's predicting this is going to be a real close ball game. It's predicting a 27-16 Franklin win. So Stuart Kramer's got certainly opportunities here. It's going to be a tough ball game. Could be a good football game right there.
And then we have number 3 seeded Hunter Huss with an 8-3 record out of the West, hosting number 6 Parkwood with a 6-5 record out of the Midwest. And this is one of those you look at and you say, "Oh, Huss got this game easy." Parkwood, they're tough. I still see Huss advancing.
Right.
But this is not your typical 3-6 matchup. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be 2 touchdowns or less.
Okay. All right. The report is going to disagree with you just a little bit. It's predicting Huss a 36-7 win. I don't know if for those 2 teams if it has good enough information actually, but I don't know that I would think it would be that big of a spread, but we'll see. I think Parkwood's probably a little better than that. I don't know enough about Parkwood to say. But.
Okay, and the last teams in that side of the 2AA West bracket will be number 2 seeded Wilkes Central with a 9-2 record out of the Midwest, hosting number 7 RS Central with a 5-6 record out of the West. And here again, I think the Western team, RS Central, the lower seeded team in the brackets,
right,
will prevail by a touchdown to 10 points.
Okay, again, some mountain teams here. Well, these are really, we call them both mountain teams, right?
Well, RS Central is more of a foothills team.
Kind of. They're right
Up
there.
at Rutherford, yeah.
There's a little bit of hills right there.
Yeah.
There's a few hills. That's where you first start climbing, going up into the mountains if you're going to go up to Lake Lure or over into that area.
They're from Rutherford County.
Exactly. So Wilkes Central is predicted. This is predicted to be a real close ball game. So I'd expect this to be I would expect it to be a close ball game, not a 2-7 type game, not a 9-2 5-6 game is what the report's saying. 26-23
in favor
of Wilkes Central.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then we have out of the other side of that bracket, we have number 1 seeded Monroe with a 9-2 record out of the Midwest, hosting West Lincoln with a 5-6 record, the number 8 seed out of the West. I see Monroe winning by 40 points plus.
Right. The report is predicting a 32-0 Monroe win. I see them personally winning that as well.
And then we have the team that's sort of they're not a question mark, but you wonder about them. That's
before you say this, there's been a little bit of fire on the internet today about this game. So, and I don't know if Shake is watching right now, but go ahead.
And then we have number 4 seeded Maiden with an 8-3 record out of the West, entertaining number 5 seeded Mount Pleasant with a 6-5 record out of the Midwest. And Mount Pleasant's got a good team. They got tradition on their side. They're a good team. And Maiden, man, where did that win against Lincoln come out of last?
That's what I'm just thinking.
Come out of last week.
Right.
So have they really turned the corner and cranked it up an extra notch to get ready for the playoffs? And if they have, they've done it at the right time.
Exactly.
But I see Maiden winning. But I can't say it's by more than 14 points.
So Maiden and Lincoln, and that's a big rival game. and you like to have those kind of games at the end of the season. You like to have a kind of a tough game at the end of the season. I think you like to have a game that can, invigorate you, that can inspire you and motivate you, and give you some momentum. And Maiden got all of that out of that win over Lincolnton. So,
and the bad thing, the thing that's strange is, judging from what I've seen and read and heard about the ball game, it seemed like Maiden really took it to them.
Right.
Lincoln was trying to catch up all night.
Being
they were
drugged,
good.
Exactly.
So
kind of a drag the whole game instead of being pushed. And the report's predicting a 51-39 Maiden win over Mount Pleasant. So that's saying that's saying that Mount Pleasant can keep it close. So if any of our new Mount Pleasant loving people are out there, the report seems to think you can make a ball game of it. You're going to but you got a team that's coming in with momentum. That's a huge win. I mean, that's I don't know. That's just that's Michigan beating Ohio State, rolling kind of win, rolling you into the next. When Michigan was strong and Ohio State was strong, that kind of thing. That's huge to face this Maiden team after that. But of course, did they go up on a peak and then do they plateau down, which can happen? You can have a letdown. So could be a good. That might be one of the better ball games Friday night in 2AA West. Yeah.
And then also we have in that side of the bracket, number 3 seeded East Lincoln with the 9-2 record out of the Midwest, hosting number 6 seeded Smoky Mountain with a 7-4 record out of the West. And this is a tough 3-6 matchup too. But I see East Lincoln winning by somewhere between 7 and 15 points.
Okay, the report's thinking a 47-17 win, and I would kind of think this particular Mountain team's not going to make it past this round.
And then West Caldwell, which has been a really big surprise this year, compared to the teams they've fielded in previous years.
Yeah.
They are the number 2 seed in the West with a 9-2 record. The only 2 teams that they lost to was East Lincoln. They beat East Lincoln. They lost to Lincoln and I went brain dead. Anyway, they're playing the number 7 seeded West Stokes out of the Midwest with a 6-5 record. I see West Caldwell winning this one by 30 points plus.
West Caldwell's predicted to win 35-7. If I had Jeff's mind, I could have answered your question, but
I still can't remember.
I don't keep up with West Caldwell and those guys enough. It is recording, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So out of these 2 brackets, who do you think is going to be playing in the regionals?
Out of the 2AA East, I would see Clinton going up against East Duplin.
Okay. And
and in the West, Shelby against either Monroe or West Caldwell.
Okay, so the report agrees with you on the Clinton and East Duplin, and it's predicting Clinton to win it. Clinton got a real good ball team from what I've been able to read and hear and see, and certainly should be a favorite. I'm a little surprised. The report is predicting Reedsville-Lincolnton for the.
That's the one. That's two singles.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I looked down wrong. I was going to say what? Yeah, and that's the wrong. Shelby East Lincoln, which is what Shelby's my pick.
Really?
For, yeah, Shelby's my pick, obviously for the state champion out of that group, but it's predicting Shelby to beat East Lincoln.
I would have picked Monroe for. I'd pick East Lincoln.
I hear you. So it's going to be interesting. I think Monroe is one of the teams that if any team could match up well against Shelby, I think Monroe would be
the one. Yeah,
exactly. So they
got plenty of speed,
but you got to get to that 4th game, and that could be apparently the report. I'd have to go back and look and see where the report here thinks Monroe's going to drop out. They
Well,
they're
Monroe would play
third
the winner
round.
of the Maiden Mount Pleasant game.
They're predicting East Lincoln to beat Monroe in the third round, 27-24. So it's a toss-up ball game
Okay.
there. Anybody out